Say yo. You feel it, don't you? A splinter in your mind, a quiet, nagging sensation that the story you've been told, it don't quite fit. We are a species that has lost its eidetic memory. We once possessed the ability to recall the whole picture, the cosmic context of our existence. But something happened, a trauma, and now we suffer from collective amnesia. We wake up every day, go to work, and believe we are the pinnacle of evolution. But deep down, your intuition, it knows better. And today, we're going to look at the evidence that proves your intuition is right. We aren't going to shout, we ain't going to fight, we are simply going to remember. We are taught linear evolution. Technology starts simple and gets better over time. Wright brothers to Apollo, Abacus to iPhone. But when we look at the archaeological record of Egypt, we see the opposite. We see de-evolution. The oldest pyramids, they're the best. They are a massive, geologically complex, and built with a precision we struggle to replicate today. The newer pyramids, built centuries later by the descendants who supposedly had more time to learn, they are piles of rubble. They've all collapsed. If technology always advances, why did they forget how to build? Unless the fourth dynasty, they weren't building from scratch. They were inheriting. They were the survivors of a higher capability that was slowly fading away. The gatekeepers of history tell us the Great Sphinx was built by Khafre. It fits their timeline. But there is a document that says otherwise. It sits in the Cairo Museum right now. It's called the Inventory Stele. Critics call it a forgery, but be careful with that word. They don't mean it's a fake made yesterday. They admit that it's a genuine artifact from the 26th dynasty, 2,500 years old. They call it a period forgery because they believe the priests of that time were inventing a backstory. But there is another possibility. The priests of the 26th dynasty, maybe they weren't lying. They were copying. They were the first archaeologists. They were looking at crumbling records from an even older time and desperately trying to carve them into stone before they were lost forever. This tablet states clearly that Khufu, the so-called builder of the Great Pyramid, he didn't build the Sphinx. He found it. And he found it already ancient, already damaged, so he conducted repairs. And where are the blueprints? The Egyptians, they were obsessive bureaucrats. We have carvings on how they made bread, how they brewed beer, and even how they moved statues. But for the single greatest engineering feat in human history, nothing but silence. No murals of ramps, no diagrams of machines, and the famous Diary of Merer, it only proves they transported stone, not how they stacked it. It is a receipt for delivery, not a manual for construction. And the rest of the world, like the Greeks, they were tourists. They wrote down tall tales told to them by local guides centuries after the facts. The Vedic texts of India, they do speak of a cosmic mountain, Mount Meru, but those are manuals for consciousness, not construction. The silence is not an accident. The records don't exist because by the time history began, the age of the gods, it was already myth. It is easy to get angry at the academics for ignoring the silence. It's easy to call them liars, but we must have compassion. The scientists in their ivory towers, they're not villains. They are victims of the same amnesia. They got mortgages, they got kids, and they have careers built on very specific versions of history. If they step out of line, they lose their funding, they lose their standing. They aren't hiding the truth out of malice. They are defending the only reality that they have ever known. And when that history dissolves, and it is dissolving, they will be the most frightened of all. Our job is not to destroy them. It is to help them transition. And why is this happening now? Why are we waking up? Well, I think it's because the clock is ticking. If we look up, we see Three-Eye Atlas. It's categorized as a comet, but it ain't behaving like one. It has a high nickel content. It's made of metal. It is spinning and exhibiting jets that defy standard cometary models. So just as the pyramids exist globally, this object reminds us that our history is tied to the cosmos. But we we must go deeper. We must ask the question that science is afraid to ask. We know that comets can carry the building blocks of life, but what if this isn't random? What if 3i Atlas isn't just dropping dust? What if it's dropping code? The ancients spoke of flesh and blood gods who walked among us. They didn't just teach us agriculture, they changed us. Perhaps the debris field that we're entering, maybe it isn't a weapon. Perhaps it's a biological upgrade. A viral vector designed to rewrite our dormant DNA, to activate the junk DNA that scientists can't explain. We are waiting for the gods to return in spaceships, but maybe they don't need ships. Maybe they return in the blood. Maybe the debris is a key that unlocks our eidetic memory once and for all. If you feel crazy for questioning the official story, stop it. The evidence of de-evolution is in the stones. The silence of the archives is deafening. And the catalyst for your awakening, it might be raining down right now. You are not imagining it. You are just remembering. The amnesia is breaking. So let's be kind to those who are still asleep, but prepare ourselves for the upgrade. And if you enjoyed watching this, want to explore any more consciousness ascension or reality co-creation, then just hit me up.